So for this one, I don't really have demo in Faro yet because the implementation, the backend implementation is there, but there is no front end for Faro. But so I will still quickly go through the idea that what's the plan and what we are thinking to do here. So I was working on class comments during my PhD, and we conducted a lot of studies about code comments, what information is contained in them, what developers write and how do they write, do they follow the template or not. So a lot of stuff around code comments. So one of the finding was that class comments contain different kind of information. And this is an example of a class comment in Faro system. And here you can see that we have intent, we have example, we have implementation details. So these are some types of information. Now this information is not just limited to Faro. We found these information types also in other languages. So we basically analyzed a lot of projects in Java, open source projects, in Python, and also in Smalltalk. And you can see that the number of information types that are found in Smalltalk are way more than other languages, but they are very similar. If we go in nutshell, then we can see that people are writing similar kind of information in comments. And also it really depends on the kind of project, that some projects have some particular type of information types more available than other. So this is a bit complicated chart, a lot of information here, but I wanted to put it together so that you can compare also languages and projects across. Please take a minute to have it.
There are no warnings in Smalltalk.
Huh?
There are no warnings in Smalltalk.
There are actually quite much. Developers do write warnings, a lot of warnings. So yeah, now another thing, I think we all are using GitHub now, and with this GitHub environment, we increasingly use multi-languages. So if we look at the projects, the number of languages we use per project is increasing just with every project. Like something different is for front end, and then something different for back end, and then for core you want to write something else, and then there are some libraries available in different languages. So we want to make use of the whole ecosystem as much as possible. And this creates a lot of complexity. And this was one of the studies which showed that 97% of open source projects use 2 or more programming languages. So we have evidence. Now, when we mapped these information types, and we saw that, okay, there are frequent information types which are always written in comments. So we wanted to see, can we identify these information types automatically from comments? So let's say if somebody is interested only in a collaborator information, we can give them collaborator and not any other information type. So that's the whole idea behind the project. And also, like, again, can we tune these classifiers or machine learning algorithm to specific language also? So I will show you first how what it looks like. So we see here, if I make it full, how does it look? Ah, no, I have to make it actually small. So basically now still it's missing. Okay, now it's fine. So we have a browser plugin. So when it's activated, it's green, but when you are loading, it's blue. So what it basically does is, it go through the whole page, identify the comment part, and then it segregates this information types, and then points here that, okay, what are all the information types we have available. So for example, here we have pointer, expand, summary. There are 3 types of information which we can detect here. So let's say if I hover over this line, you can see that it shows pointer, which means that it's pointing to some external file. So here it says that please see the notice file distribution. And if I click here on pointer, it should highlight all the information wherever it's found in the page. So that's the idea, that if I'm just interested in one kind of information, I click on it, and then it should highlight all the places where this information is available. Also, when I go over line by line, I could see that what kind of information is it. The backend is, as I said, it's available for Pharo and Python and Java, but right now I only have the plugin activated only for Java. I would really appreciate if people are interested, we can do this for Pharo. We have the train classifier. Now just to show how the back look like, what we have done actually here. So that's the pipeline, how we have implemented this system. We basically manually classified comments from all three systems. We prepared a taxonomy of these information types found. And then based on this ground truth, we use some natural language processing techniques with which we extracted some features that how we can extract. Let's say if we want to identify warning, how we can identify this from comments. And we found that there were certain patterns which were appearing again and again. So let's say people are saying, please don't do this, please don't write this. And these patterns were there. We could identify that, okay, this is a warning here, something going around here. And based on these patterns, and also based on some frequent words, we prepared a set of feature set, and then we trained these various supervised machine learning algorithms. And then we could evaluate that whether they performed well or not. We could identify frequent information types, but like let's say there are some information, let's say people are giving recommendation. Hey, you know, next time when you modify it, please do like this and this. It's a recommendation for future developers. But these recommendations are given so less, or let's say very few times, we could not identify such information type that accurately. But I think given we have more data, we can certainly try those things. But at least it works for frequent information types, at least. So yeah, that's what we did. We have basically developed a browser plugin which works for Java, Python, and Smalltalk. And now I would really appreciate if people are interested, we can talk about how we can integrate this for Pharo. Thank you.